Start in the middle of the action, short, sharp sentences for tension. I was standing in a crowded club when a man I had never met smiled at me like he already owned me. He leaned in close. Confident. Smooth. Dangerous. And in that instant, I realized exactly who he was. My friend's boyfriend. The same guy who cheated on her. The same guy who swore he'd never do it again. So when he asked for my phone number, I didn't argue. I didn't warn him. I wrote one number on a napkin. And unknowingly, he dialed the beginning of the end of his own relationship. If you've ever watched someone hurt a good person and walk away like nothing happened, if you've ever wished karma would stop taking its time, then you're going to love this story. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because today's story proves that sometimes, the smallest actions create the biggest justice. The backstory, why this hurts so much. This happened years ago. Before smartphones. Before contacts lists. Before blocking numbers was even a thing. Back then, phone numbers were sacred. You memorized them. You wrote them down. You guarded them. And I knew his number well, because it belonged to my best friend. She was kind. Loyal. The type of woman who loved deeply and forgave easily. Too easily. Her boyfriend, on the other hand? Charming on the outside. Poison on the inside. I had never met him in person, but I knew his face from photos. Tall. Handsome. The kind of guy who knew exactly how attractive he was, and used it. She had caught him cheating once already. Tears. Promises. Apologies. And like so many good people do, she forgave him. I didn't. Something about men like him always rubbed me the wrong way. The entitlement. The way they treat loyalty like a temporary inconvenience. So when I spotted him across the club that night, my stomach dropped. The encounter, when the trap set itself. The club was loud. Sweaty. Lights flashing like chaos had a heartbeat. I was laughing with friends when I felt it, that stare. Long, intentional. Confident. I turned. And there he was. The recognition hit me like cold water. That jawline. That smile. I was 90% sure it was him. Then he walked over. Hey, he said. I'm ____. The name matched. That was it. 100%. Inside my head, alarms were screaming. You have a girlfriend. You already hurt her. And here you are, doing it again. But instead of confronting him, I smiled. I gave him a fake name. Played dumb. Let him talk. And oh, he talked. Compliments. Eye contact. That practiced charm that only comes from doing this too often. My anger simmered quietly under the surface. The ask, where everything changed. Eventually it happened. So, he said, leaning closer, voice low, confident. Can I get your number? Time slowed. I could have said no. I could have walked away. I could have warned him. But something stronger took over. A calm. A clarity. A sense of perfect opportunity. I reached for a napkin. Remember, this was before phones were passed around. Before contacts were saved instantly. You wrote numbers down. And as I held that pen, I didn't hesitate. I wrote my friend's real phone number. Above it, I wrote my fake name. I handed it to him with a smile. He folded it carefully. Put it in his pocket. And winked. That's when I thought. He'll recognize it. He'll panic. He'll realize he's caught. I never expected what happened next. The call, Karma picks up the phone. Later that night, my phone rang. It was my friend. Her voice was confused. Uneasy. Someone just called me. He asked for Jill. Not my name. Not her name. My heart skipped. She continued slowly. It was my boyfriend. Silence. Then realization. The room felt suddenly very still. She knew. He had called her. Drunk. confident, careless, looking for another woman, using her own phone number. I didn't confess right away. Not yet. She broke up with him soon after. No screaming. No drama. Just clarity. The fallout was quiet, but devastating. He tried to explain. Tried to lie. Tried to twist the story. But there was no escaping it. He had dialed the proof himself. There's something poetic about that. When a liar exposes himself without being pushed. My friend cried. But not the broken kind of crying. The kind that comes with release. Months passed. Then something incredible happened. She met someone new. Kind. Loyal. Honest. The kind of man who didn't need forgiveness because he didn't betray her in the first place. They fell in love. They got married. And only then, when the pain was long gone. I told her the truth. She laughed. Not a bitter laugh. A relieved one. She hugged me and said, "Thank you? Honestly, thank you. That man in the club? He faded into nothing. And that single napkin? It changed everything. Sometimes revenge isn't loud. It isn't cruel. It doesn't require shouting or destruction. Sometimes, it's just letting someone reveal who they truly are. And sometimes, doing the right thing quietly saves someone from years of pain. And leads them straight to the life they were meant to have." If this story made you smile, hit like. If you believe karma always finds a way, subscribe. And tell us in the comments, what's the smartest revenge you've ever witnessed? Because around here, justice always gets the last word. Relieve face fire.